you're watching TV9 Digital. I'm Neha. The ICMR chief Dr. Balram Bhargava in an interview has said that the lockdown type restrictions should continue in districts reporting high positivity. He said these places should remain shut for the next 6 to 8 weeks to curb the spread of coronavirus. Dr. Bhargava said, and I quote, "The high positivity districts should remain shut. If they come to 5% from 10% positivity rate, we can open them, but that has to happen." Now that won't happen in 6 to 8 weeks, clearly. The World Health Organization has also pointed out factors like religious and political gatherings which contributed to the resurgence of the deadly pandemic. The World Health Organization said, resurgence and acceleration of COVID-19 transmission in India had several potential contributing factors, including an increase in the proportion of cases of SARS-CoV-2 variants with potentially increased transmissibility, several religious and political mass gathering events which increased social mixing and underuse, as well as reduced adherence to public health and social measures. Now, to find out more about the reasons that led to the second surge of coronavirus pandemic and the sorry state we are in today, I spoke to renowned immunologist Dr. Sitesh Roy a little while ago. Welcome, Dr. Sitesh. ICMR Chief Balram Bhargava said that the high positivity district should remain shut for the 6 to 8 weeks in order to curb the spread of novel coronavirus. Now, in your view, is lockdown the only way to get out of the mess we find ourselves in?
Neha, unfortunately, I think we have dug ourselves into the hole that we are in because lockdowns only buy us time to prepare ourselves for the onslaught of cases that would be there once the lockdown opens. So when the system is saying that the lockdown is required for 6 to 8 more weeks, what they are basically saying is that give us more time. We are not yet prepared with oxygen, with beds, with ventilators, with ICUs to manage the number of cases that are coming in rural and interiors of India compared to the big cities which seem to be doing better lately. So I feel that it's not really the answer to our problems, but we don't have a choice right now, is the way I look at it.
Okay. Dr. Sitesh, does this mean that the districts which have a high positivity rate, let's say more than 10%, need to be under lockdown, and other districts in states like Maharashtra, Delhi, Karnataka can continue to function carefully but without lockdown?
I would say that partial lockdown conditions, even in places that have been in current lockdown, will still be required so that there can be a phased reopening is the way I look at it. Because if we suddenly go to reopening all these areas, I would again expect the cases to rise because the virus clearly is looking for new targets and it's mutated itself to find new targets even amongst people who have already had the infection once before. So I just feel that at this point of time, a very cautious and gradual reopening will be required, even in places where the positivity rates have gone down.
But how did we really, end up in this situation? What led to the second surge of this deadly pandemic?
So Neha, that can be divided into viral factors and human factors. When we look at the viral factors, the virus went to its drawing board, created new mutants and came back with a greater vengeance where it would require much lower doses to transmit itself to people, and once it's inside the body, would be able to spread much better and efficiently and faster and cause infection in a more efficient way. When we look at the human factors, clearly people went into a complacency and gave up their precautions, the masking, hand washing, social distancing, started having birthday parties, wedding parties, gatherings with a lot of people, which were prime places for the infection to spread. Combine that with political rallies, combine that with big religious gatherings, and you have a perfect mix of human and viral factors for the disease to spread.
Right. Coming to that, according to the WHO, the World Health Organization, factors, as you just pointed out, religious gathering, political gathering, is what contributed to the resurgence of the virus. Now, do you see any other factor that played a major role?
Certainly, like I said, the individual responsibility cannot be underestimated because we as doctors are clearly seeing people who have symptoms of COVID, but just because their report has come negative, they are not taking the necessary precautions. Or they have someone in the home who has COVID, but they are not taking precautions. So cluster spreading is going on. So I believe that besides the administration, government, and the factors that went into this happening, that people believe that India will not have a second wave, which was a big mistake, and they felt that Indians have a very strong immunity and will be immune to the virus again. And then they felt that the vaccine came and that means the virus is gone. So I believe that the burden lies on both sides of the story, that we have really gotten ourselves into the situation that we have. And when we go back to reopening our economies and our work, we will have to be much smarter, much more careful, and literally respect this virus for what it is capable of doing.
What do you think of Dr. Bhargava's lockdown advice, and would you also agree with WHO's assessment of the pandemic's resurgence? Do let me know in the comment section below. Thank you very much for joining me. If at all you've liked the information that I've shared, do not forget to subscribe to TV9 Digital across all social media platforms. Stay safe, keep those masks on.